Title: I sent my birthday invites first. 2 weeks later, my brother announced his barbecue party on the same day. Not a single person from my family came to my birthday, not even my wife and daughter. As I cut the cake, my wife texted, "Call me, urgent." I looked at the message and smiled. I smiled, and cut another slice of the cake no one came to eat. That night, the house was silent. No balloons drifting near the ceiling, no wrapping paper crumpled on the floor, no laughter. Just me, a cake, and the sound of my knife dragging across porcelain. I had sent my birthday invitations 2 weeks early. I made sure everyone knew, my brother, my cousins, even my wife. Then, 2 weeks later, my brother announced his barbecue, on the same day, the same hour. I told myself it was coincidence, but when my wife and daughter didn't show up, when no one from my family did, I knew better. My brother and I weren't always like this. Growing up, I was his shield, his excuse, his cover. I took the blame when he crashed Dad's car. I covered his debts in college. I defended him when his first marriage collapsed. He said I was the only one who never turned my back on him. And my wife, she was my anchor. I thought she chose me for the quiet strength I carried, for the way I built instead of burned. I thought she saw me. Turns out, they all saw me as something else, expendable. I didn't find out the truth immediately. At first, I believed the lies. My wife said she was too tired. My daughter said she was studying. But the same night, scrolling through social media, I found the pictures. My brother at the grill, smoke rising, beer bottles stacked like trophies. My wife smiling, hand resting on his arm like it belonged there. My daughter beside her, laughing, as if the man flipping burgers was her father. And the caption, that cut deeper than any blade, "Family barbecue. Nothing matters more. Family without me." That night, the smile I forced for the camera as I cut my lonely cake hardened into something else. I didn't rage. I didn't confront. I listened to the silence of the house. And I began to plan. Revenge isn't fire. It's ice. It waits. I started with observation. Every lie, every slip, I wrote down. I mirrored their smiles, played the fool, acted blind. Meanwhile, I collected evidence, screenshots, messages, photos that betrayed loyalty with careless hands and careless words. I spoke to a lawyer, quietly, patiently. I set up new accounts, shifted funds, moved assets. I learned how custody works, how adultery shatters leverage in court. I positioned myself not as the man betrayed, but as the man ready. And then, the part no one expects, I invited them closer. My wife thought I was distant because of work. My brother thought he'd outsmarted me. My daughter thought I was weak. That's the mask I wore. Behind it, I sharpened every blade. My first move was small. I withdrew my name from the family trust my father had left us. Quietly, legally, I froze accounts my brother depended on. He didn't notice, yet. My second move was subtler. I had dinner with old friends, the ones my wife avoided. I let them see the cracks. People love to talk. I didn't need to expose her. I let whispers spread on their own. Then, the third move, the party. My brother planned another barbecue, bragging it would be even bigger. I told him I'd come, my wife too. She thought I'd forgiven her. That day, I arrived late. Everyone was there, laughing, drinking, living as if nothing was wrong. I walked straight to the grill, put my arm around my brother, and thanked him for hosting. I could feel my wife's eyes burning into me. And then, calmly, I spoke. "You know, it's funny," I said. 2 weeks ago, I had my birthday. Not a single one of you showed. But tonight, everyone's here. My wife, my daughter, my brother, my family. The laughter faltered. Silence spread like smoke. I pulled my phone from my pocket and placed it on the table. Photos, messages, proof. Every betrayal documented. And then, the fourth move, the lawyer's letter, slid across the table, sealed and ready. Divorce papers, custody filings, evidence attached. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't curse. I simply said, "You thought I was forgotten. You thought I was weak. But I don't burn bridges. I build traps." My wife's face crumbled first. Tears, begging, promises of explanations that didn't matter anymore. My daughter's smile disappeared, realizing the man she'd been laughing with wasn't just her uncle, but her mother's secret. My brother tried to joke, but his hands shook. I let the silence do the work. One by one, their friends excused themselves, uncomfortable under the weight of truth. My brother stood there, meat still sizzling behind him, his kingdom collapsing in smoke. My wife reached for me, but I stepped back. "Call me," I said softly. 52 times wasn't enough? That night, I didn't return home. I stayed at a hotel, one I'd already booked weeks earlier. By morning, the locks on the house were changed, the accounts frozen, the lawyers moving. I never raised my hand, never shouted. I simply shifted the ground beneath their feet until they were the ones falling. And now, when I look back, I don't feel sorrow, I don't feel rage, only clarity. They gave me silence on my birthday. I gave them silence for the rest of their lives. And that smile, the one I wore when I cut the cake alone, I still wear it.